chat. Y'all come on in. Hang out with me. My name is Kimberly. This is Kim After 50, where I talk about all things getting my life together after 50, which includes weight loss, healing from a traumatic divorce, and lots of travel. I like to say that I'm starting my life over, but not from scratch. I'm starting my life over from experience. And so about a month ago, some of my fantastic subscribers asked me to start doing regularly scheduled live chats. So we decided on Wednesdays, like midday, and Sunday evenings for those live chats. Hello, Miss Carita Floyd. How are you? I've been missing you. So I'm here for our Sunday night live chat. I was gonna come on a little earlier, but then I hopped on and I saw that one of my favorite YouTube channels was live. So I sat and watched their live. So, and that's Team Reese Travels. So I sat and watched their live for a while, and then it was just getting later and later, and I was like, oh, I hate to leave, but I had to hop on here so we could do our live. So I'm so happy that you're great because I've been missing you, boo. So I don't have anything on the agenda particularly to talk about tonight. The Lady Thornton, not the Lady Thornton. Hey girl, hey. Is it glowing? Y'all, okay, let's talk about this. Talking about life after 50. So look at this over here. Listen, I'm talking to y'all. I always talk to the camera like I'm talking to a friend. So if I'm getting too personal, forgive me. Hey, Atlanta. So y'all see that, how that's dark? Can y'all see it? Over here, it's not dark like that over here. Can y'all see the difference in the camera? I'm not sure if y'all can see the difference in the camera. But anyway, I thought this dark came from everything but what it comes from. I was like, it's the dye in my hair, because clearly I have dye in my hair and it sits on my face a lot, and this side doesn't. So I thought it was the reaction to the dye in my hair. I thought I might have diabetes, because I don't know how I got this far being this size and not having diabetes, but I don't. I thought I might have diabetes. I thought it was everything but what it was. Do y'all know what it is? Do y'all want to know what it is? I almost cried when I found out what it was. It's from being in premenopause. Hey, Shay. It's from being premenopausal. I think it's called melasma. Girl, I done ordered some serum. To try to get rid of it, because I was blaming it on everything except for what it actually was, and it's from being premenopausal. So I mean, that kind of is random, but it goes with the channel theme, which is Kim After 50. So how are y'all doing? Girl, but you younger than me, Karita. What you doing with it? How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing tonight? Listen, do y'all know how excited I am? Okay, if y'all have any questions or want to talk about anything, just drop it in the chat, because I have nothing particular planned for this chat. Please make sure that you like the video, thumbs up the live, and also if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, because y'all, we are so close to 1,000 subscribers. And I can hardly believe it. Thank you so much. Thank you. I can hardly believe it that we are this close to, oh, okay, Karita. Yeah, I wish you would have told me, girl, what it was, because I've been struggling with this for probably about 6 months. I'm like, what is this darkness? What is this dark stuff on my face? But yeah, so on the 6th, which I think is Tuesday, will be our 6-month anniversary for the channel. The channel will be 6 months old on the 6th. And we are almost at 1,000 subscribers. And I don't even know, like, just maybe last month we hit 500 subscribers. So I am just so excited. I thought I had all this time to plan a 1,000 subscriber celebration. But I might not have that much time to plan. Okay, somebody told me that you double tap the screen. Victoria. So I don't know, try that and tell me if it works. But yes, if you haven't already, please thumbs up the video. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. So we have, y'all know the giveaway that we're doing for, is it still around here? Okay, the fan is still on my desk. Y'all know the giveaway that we are doing for the New Orleans videos, right? Hold on. I'm missing one of y'all's prizes. Oh, it's right here. I'm not missing it. Okay, we're doing this tea towel. Okay, we're doing this beignet mix. This is the giveaway for the New Orleans series. This tea towel that says, "Where have you been, yay, all my life?" Y'all, I had to get this. This was last minute. I was in the airport and I saw this, but I had to get it because I knew that I was giving y'all this New Orleans magnet. You got your beignets on there. The Cathedral, the French Quarter, Mardi Gras, the, what is this called? Steamboat, Natchez. And then I got this from the plantation that we visited. Hold on one second. I got this fan from the Whitney plantation that we visited. So those are the giveaways, the souvenir giveaways for the New Orleans videos. So how you enter the giveaway, every comment on any New Orleans video is like the winner will be picked randomly from the comments left on the New Orleans videos. So I'm also, right? It's so pretty. Victoria, I don't think you've had the chance to watch the New Orleans videos because I shouted you out in one of the videos. I also still have the items from the last cruise giveaway on MSC because the winner has not contacted me. I think I'm going to give him like maybe to the end of the week, and then I don't know, maybe I'll do a second draw for those, or I don't know what I'm going to do with those. But he has not contacted me. The winner for that is Travis. So Travis, if you hear me, please let me know because I would love to send you those items. But so every comment on any of the New Orleans videos is how you get entered to win those items. So yeah. So yeah, I don't have much plan to talk about other than we are almost at 1,000 subscribers. Y'all, when this journey started, I was hoping to be able to get there within a year. I was hoping, like, because everything starts over at a year. So with how YouTube counts it, like you have to have 4,000 watch hours within a year. So I was hoping that by the end of the year I could do it. But y'all, God just be showing out. And so subscriber wise, we're almost there. Watch time, we still got a way to go. I think when I checked this morning, I put it in the community tab post, we were at like 2,500 and some change watch time hours. So we're working, and we're definitely going to get there. So, right, Victoria? I'm so happy. I am so happy. Y'all have just become an amazing support already. See, here's the thing. Victoria knows me personally. Karita, I don't know if she's still on here, but she also knows me personally. I have not talked about the divorce and stuff on my personal social medias. Well, this is one of my personal social medias, but I haven't really talked about it on my Facebook, or well, that's really the only social media I'm really active on. I haven't talked about it on there much. I told you all before I ever talked about it on there. And that's just because I just didn't need all of the people in my inbox just trying to be nosy. But even the people who would have been good intentioned, I wasn't really ready to have conversations about it because I wasn't really, I didn't want to defend the decision. I also didn't want to bash my ex. Sometimes I'll be feeling like bashing him, but but I really didn't want to bash him. I'm in this support group for people who are like recovering from divorce, and some of the ladies in there are so hurt that they're in hate. Hello, beautiful. That some of the posts and things that they put are like, you can just tell that they're just still so hurt. And I didn't want to become bitter by the experience. You know what I mean? So I just didn't want to have those kind of conversations with people bashing him. I don't want people to be like, girl, what happened? Y'all seem so happy. Like, I didn't want to have those kind of conversations. So I really didn't mention it. Now, one thing I don't do on social media is make up stuff just to look good. Like, I am probably transparent to a fault a lot of times. So what happened when we separated is I just stopped mentioning him completely. So like, if you were on my social media, you probably looked back the last 3 years and was like, dang, she don't mention him at all. I just stopped mentioning him completely. Like, there's one post where I mentioned him, and it was a Father's Day post, and it was about the kind of father that he is. Like, just giving him a shout out for being a good dad. But that was one post in the last 3 years. Because I'm not gonna fake in front, how they say, for the gram or for the book. I'm not gonna fake about it. But I also just didn't really want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So how did I start talking about that? So the YouTube community has just become like everything. Y'all just don't know. Like, sometimes I read your comments on the post and like I'm literally like tearing up by your comments. Like, sometimes I will share something and okay, like one of you, I don't want to say a name, but you know who you are if you watch this. She started a YouTube channel and she was like, I started my YouTube channel because I wanted to have one for a while, and partly because of you, I went ahead and started it. Do y'all know what that means to me? Do y'all know what that means to me to know that something I said or did contributed to another woman feeling like, okay, this gift I have inside of me, I'm going to go ahead and share it. And I'm going to share it whether 2 people watch and receive the gift or 10,000 people watch and receive the gift. I'm going to go ahead and share it. You want to say so much in your last video, but I help it. My last video was, let me tell you about my last video. Let me tell you about my last video. The last video I did on my channel, I talked about how when I was a newborn baby, I was abandoned by my biological mother. That video was hard for me to do for a couple reasons. I love to tell the story because I feel like after you hear that story, you got to know God is real. Like, I love telling that story for that reason. If I tell you that story and you believe that I'm telling you the truth, then you have to know that God is real. But it's hard for me to tell that story because, not all the time, but sometimes when I tell that story, I get very emotional. Like, in gratitude for my mother, not my biological mother, my mom, my mommy, in gratitude for her and who she is, but also my biological mother passed away before we could ever meet face to face. That's hard for me. I wish I would have been able to meet her, especially because people say I look like her. It's also hard for me to tell the story because I have siblings from her, and I'm in touch with some of those siblings, and that's their mother. And I don't want to ever tell the story in a way that doesn't honor their mother. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, she's my birth mother, but she's their mother. They have memories of her and experiences of her. And I'm sure she was like a totally different person once she had those children. And so I don't ever want to say anything. Plus, girl, I was a newborn. Like, all I know is my daddy's side of the story. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I know. I'm not a witness. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, my experience is valid, but I just don't like to get into the details of it. Like, I want to honor her memory, because one thing I didn't say in that video, that when I watched the video back, I was like, I wish I would have added this. When I went to her funeral, the only thing I remember clearly from her funeral is her friends that got up and spoke on her behalf talked about how she had given her life to the Lord and how she had walked with the Lord. And so I knew that one day I would actually be able to meet her in heaven. I wish I would have said that on the video. I didn't think to say that on the video. But yeah, so that's their mom. And so two of my sisters that are her daughters have subscribed to the channel. I don't ever want to say anything, because I don't know what I'm saying? Like, I was a baby. All I know is what my daddy told me. You know what I mean? And then, so it's just hard for me to tell the story sometimes. So let me tell you what happened after that. I did so good. I did not cry at all during the filming or the editing of that video. I got choked up a couple times. Okay, good. Because I was wanting to honor everybody who played a role in that story. I got choked up a couple times, but I didn't cry. I did so good holding it back. But let me tell you what happened afterwards. I ordered... Okay, I shouldn't say this. I ordered some Uber Eats. And when my Uber Eats came, I went outside to get my food. And there was a crow. Isn't that what the black bird is called? A crow had poked holes in my food, like in the container. So I went to Uber Eats. I don't have the Uber Eats app on my phone. I took it off because I don't need to be ordering Uber Eats. However, Instacart now has Uber Eats connected to it. So if you have Instacart, which is how I order my groceries, you have Uber Eats. So I tried to go and let them know I didn't get my food because the crow put a hole in my food, and it wouldn't let me upload the picture, because I was like, I don't know if they're gonna refund that or not, because it's not their fault at the crow, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna see if maybe they'll replace it. I don't know. So the picture wouldn't upload, and I tried over and over again to upload that picture. Y'all, I started crying. I was like, why won't this picture upload? I started like boo-hoo crying. Then my ex called. I answered the phone. He was like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, a crow ate my food. But it really wasn't about the crow. I was just already feeling emotional about, like my feelings were raw. My emotions were raw. But I bet he was like, I'm so happy I don't have to deal with her no more. He was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, a crow ate my food. Yeah, and then when I opened the door, you would think a crow would fly away, right? That crow stood right by that food. I bet that crow was like, listen, lady, I done called dibs on this food. But anyway, so, but yeah. So the last video is about that. And I was like debating on whether or not I wanted to share that story. But something just kept telling me like, you need to share this story. Like, this channel is like your platform. And so you need to share the story. So for all of you all, right? That's how the crow was sitting there, Victoria. The crow did not move. It's, the little like styrofoam containers. It stood right there beside the container. I was scared to grab the container. But So for everybody who watched that video or any of my videos, but in particular that video and left a comment on it, thank y'all so much, because y'all really had me over here. I want to say like y'all had me over here tearing up, but the crow did too. So, you know, but yeah, but y'all, the comments that y'all left on there, they just really touched me. And so I appreciate that so much. So if you are new here, please go ahead and like the video. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I think I was at like 937 subscribers before I came on live. So we are super close and we're getting there, but we only have, yeah, I don't want to hate him. Mia, I used to pray, like, and I've told him this too. I used to pray, like, God, please don't let me hate him. Like, God, I don't want to hate him. Like, because part of me felt like the way to get over him was to get angry. And that if I got angry, like, and I just hated him, it would be so easier to like cut ties, sever ties. But I don't want to hate him, because you know what? We are not, none of us are the worst thing we've ever done, right? And he is an excellent father to our children. And he is a wonderful papa to the grandchildren. And so I wanted to be able to, my parents divorced when I was 12. We still had Christmases together as a family. We still took family vacations and we had both parents there. Anything, like it could just be a Sunday dinner. Both, not every Sunday dinner, but just a random Sunday dinner. Like my mom would call and tell my dad, I cook such and such. He'd come over and have dinner. And so we had the benefits of still having full and complete access to both parents. And so I didn't want, I don't want to hate him, because I don't want my heart to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I always, you know, we always pray and ask, tell God that we just want a heart like his. But also, one of the things I prayed when I was praying to save the marriage is that God would turn, it's a scripture, that God would turn his stony heart into a heart of flesh. Y'all know what scripture I'm talking about? And I would pray that scripture. And so now I can't, then after having prayed that for his heart, I can't turn around and allow my heart to hate anybody and become a stony heart. You know what I mean? So, but it's not always easy, Mia. I honestly feel sometimes like I would be in a different place if I could just hate him. But I just pray, God, please don't let me hate him. God, I mean, like in my prayer closet. Like, you know what? Now that I'm saying this to you, there are still prayers regarding that taped to the wall in my prayer closet. And I'm happy I don't. Like I said, he called yesterday. We talked probably at one point, he was over here every day. If Victoria's still here, she could tell you, me and her be on the phone and I look up and I'd be like, oh, Daddy, what you doing here? Oh, I didn't mean to say his name. I'd be like, oh, what you doing here? Because he would, you know, come over and, but I just don't, but I also think, right, that's the scripture right there, divine purpose. I used to pray that scripture over him. That's the scripture right there. Sure did. And so now I can't trade places. You know what I'm saying? So he is a good father. It's so funny because my two youngest kids are like, Mommy, you need to tell YouTube everything. They don't even know everything that happened between me and their dad. That's probably why they want me to tell YouTube, because they want to know. You need to tell YouTube everything that happened with you and Daddy, because you'll go viral. But then my oldest daughter, she was like, we were out to dinner when we were having this conversation. And my oldest daughter was like, I would rather you not, because that's still my dad. So, yeah. It's, I don't know. He's not the worst of, I can't sum him up as the worst things he did to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a whole and complete person. He did good, he did awful, and he did everything in between. And I don't even think that he wants to be the person that he is right now. Now, it's not my issue to fix it. It's not my issue to fix it. Because I have to walk in freedom, and I had to release that. And I feel that the way that this, because we were separated for like over 2 years, I feel like God baby stepped me through the process because he knows that I wouldn't have been able to handle it like all at once. So I kind of feel like God baby stepped me through the process, and that doesn't mean I don't have my days. I have my days, but no, I don't hate them. So anyway, so yeah, I didn't have anything in particular I want to talk to y'all about tonight. So just like Mia just did, if you all want to talk about something, be chatty in the comments and we'll talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. I wanted to thank y'all for the 930 something subscribers that we're at. Thank you to each and every one of you all. I can hardly believe it. Thank you for watching my videos. Hello, Miss Tara. Thank you, thank you. I know that my cinematography is not that girl. Like, I know, y'all. I know. But thank you for watching the videos. Anyway, I want to get so much better with that. I want to be able to bring you, like, amazingly shot videos. How did I get to the place of knowing that the marriage couldn't be saved? All right. So, when we first separated, okay, there was infidelity. Okay. I'm going to say that. When we first separated, I was done. Like, I felt like the Bible say, I can be done now. But then God told me to be still. So I got the message to be still 3 times in one night. Y'all, please ignore my finger missing a nail. I got the message to be still 3 times in one night from like 3 different random places. So I was like, okay, so God is telling me to be still. Which made me think that God was going to save the marriage. Shifting our perceptions. That's kind of what I was saying. Blissfully Unbothered. Blissfully Unbothered has a YouTube channel, you all. I was watching it today, and she gave a tip about, like, if you have okay, I'm gonna come back, I promise. If you have an errand to, this was such a good tip for me. If you haven't, okay, if you're trying to get out of a funk, right? Like, if you're, stuck in your head, you've been in the house too long, maybe you feel like you can't even get out of bed, but you get up to do the things that are necessary to do. She said, like, when you're running your errands, and I hope I'm saying this right, plan to do your errands in a way that puts you, like, near nature, near a walking trail. If you're a gym person, she didn't say this part, but if you're a gym person, near the gym, put your errands in a way that, like, if you have to go to Publix, which is a grocery store, go to the Publix by the park so that you can stop at the park. Maybe take a walk at the park. Maybe just get out and sit on the bench. But set yourself up for that time outside, the opportunity to do something that's going to feed you and fuel you. So that was such a good tip. I have never heard that tip before, but so she's just recently started her YouTube channel. So y'all go over there and check her out, because that blessed me. All right. So I thought that receiving the message of, I'm good, thank you for asking, I thought that receiving the message of be still meant God was going to repair the marriage, right? So that's what I started doing. There was this guy that wanted to take me out. I was like, no, first of all, I'm still married, but nope, I'm not. I'm going to be still. God is repairing this marriage. God didn't tell me that. All he told me to do was be still. But I thought that that's what that meant. So, I was ready to be done, but I just kept praying and fasting and still being a wife to him, even though we were separated. And like I said, this went on for over 2 years. The behaviors that caused the separation off and on continued, and it was just like breaking me down. And I was like, God, if you want to repair this marriage, like, you're gonna have to do it, God, and you're going to have to show me that you're doing it, like, because this is like a lot. It's getting to be a lot. I'm not gonna ever say anything is too much, but it's just getting to be a lot. And I felt like God's grace was sufficient to get me through that time period, to get me through the next time period, like each leg of the race. And then finally, I had felt that God was telling me that it was okay if I was done. I felt that God was telling me that. And I was so confused, because I was like, it's okay if I'm done. You told me to be still. Why would you tell me to be still? And now I've been waiting all this time. I got a whole new wrinkle since I've been waiting all this time. And I was so confused, y'all. And then I heard a message where this guy, I don't know if he was a pastor or not, but the message he was saying is like, if you're praying for your marriage, God still is going to give your spouse free will. God does not force your spouse to choose him. So he certainly is not going to force your spouse to choose you. If your spouse is choosing to dishonor the marriage, if your spouse is choosing to go back on their marital vows, they have free will to do it. That doesn't mean your praying was in vain. It doesn't mean your fasting was in vain, to quote the Clark sisters. No, of course not. It does not mean that. But God wants more than anything for people to choose him. And if he does not force a person to choose him, he is not going to force them to choose you. And so that message, and feeling like God was telling me it's okay for me to let go, it's okay for me to be done, is when I was like, right. And I said he might have been giving him more time to get it right. He also may have been protecting me from something, because everything, I mean, I've been married since I was 27. Everything in me went back to, like, the only way I know how to get over somebody is to be with somebody else. That's the only way I know how, like, not be with, but like date somebody else. And so God might have been protecting me from a bad choice. I don't know what he was doing. I know he told me to wait or be still. And then I know he told me that it was okay to let go. So then what happened is I got that message on a cruise. I was on Carnival Celebration when I got that message to let go, and the message about God not forcing, right? Was it the next day or the same day? Then also on that cruise, I got a text from my ex, and that text let me know that he was making that same choice again. And so I was like, okay, that's it. Like, I'm done. So it was like he just did what he had done before, but it happened at a time where I felt like God had prepared my heart and prepared me. And yeah. And so that's the cruise that I decided to start cruising. That's kind of what set it off. I was on a family. I had three of my daughters and two of my grandsons on that cruise. And yeah. So I don't know, Karita, if I answered that well enough for you, because it wasn't some like boom. It was just maybe God was giving him grace, like Tam said, to like, I'm giving you some time. I don't want you to lose your favor. I'm giving you some time. So maybe it was that, and that time was up. I'm not sure what it was, but God said, it's okay. Like, you can let go. And I did. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, but that was in October. Did we have a hurricane at the beginning of November, y'all, that live here? Or did we have the hurricane in October? We had a very late season hurricane last year. We had a very late season hurricane. Okay. We had Helene the last week of September. All right. I was on a cruise then. I was on a cruise the last week of September with Victoria. Then we had Milton a few weeks after that. We evacuated together for that hurricane. In fact, the day that okay, so first week of October, we evacuated together. We went to Jacksonville, took our kids, took our grandkids, and evacuated together. The day that the divorce happened, oh, I don't know. Oh, 36 minutes, Candace. The day that divorce happened, we were together. Like I told y'all this before, we got divorced over the phone. I do think they're making it too easy to get a divorce, in my opinion. Like we didn't even have to go to before the judge. The judge called both of us. And wait, Milton was the first week of October? Girl, I've been saying I got divorced in November. We got divorced one of the days when the Tropicana field was giving out gas. Girl, I gotta look this up. I gotta look this up. We got divorced the same one of the same days Tropicana field was giving out gas because we weren't in the same house. We were. He had just left my house. He had just left my house to go get gas from. They were giving out gas at the baseball stadium here. And the judge called him and the judge called me and we were like on a three-way call. And but he had just left here hooking up the generator, whole 9 yards. And the judge called and she asked us like 3 questions. And I don't remember all 3 questions. I remember the last question was, is there anything that anybody could say to either of you that would change this? And we both said no. And she was like, okay, well, you're divorced. Like, just like that. Just that fast. And then as soon as we hung up with the judge, he called me back and he was like, I forgot all about that phone call. I was like, I did too, because we were in the hecticness of dealing with the hurricane. And yeah. So thank you so much, Miss Candace. Candace, I was watching one of your videos earlier today. I didn't know you were a finance guru. I didn't even know you were doing videos, Candace. I didn't know you were a finance guru. So, I started school. Yeah, blissfully, our anniversary would have been November. And I think that's why I'm mixing it up in my mind. And I started my channel November 6th. So I think that's why I'm mixing it up in my mind. But it must have been October because he was in the line at Tropicana Field getting gas after the hurricane. So, but yeah, but we're still cool. I talked to him yesterday. I talked to him today. We're still cool. I need to work on boundaries. To be honest with you, if you're still here, I got to work on boundaries because I'm not good with. I've been his helpmeet so long. Sometimes I don't know how not to be, even when I don't want to be. Even when I'm like, oh, this get on my nerves. I don't know. It's not comfortable for me to tell him no to things. So I need to work on boundaries. I bought a book called, I think it's called Good Boundaries and Goodbyes by Lisa somebody. She's a Christian author. I bought it, started reading it, never finished, but I was like, I got to pull that back out because I need to work on boundaries. Like I need to have some healthy boundaries. And I'm not good with them. With him. Just with him. Because with most people, I am pretty good with boundaries. But Yeah, so I'll be praying for you though. I'll be praying because what you never want to have happen is somebody's actions to change who you are as a person. And when we allow hate to creep in, we're changing who we are. And so I'll definitely be praying for you. And that doesn't mean that you're gonna be friends. But you don't want anybody to change who you are. So anyway, once again, thank y'all for being here. I put up a post. I don't know if I put on the community tab or not. If Victoria, are you still here? If you are not, I have a group on Facebook that is just dedicated to like travel and supporting other women in life and travel. It's called Life Plus Travel. And yeah, what's the name? Victoria, can you put the link to the group? It's called Life Plus Travel. It's a baby group. I think we have like 100 and something people in there. But I put the post in there. I'm going to put on a community tab too. I'm planning my summer road trip. And I was asking like where I should go and what I should do. For most of the feedback that I got in the group and on my personal Facebook page, people are saying, giving me locations that are primarily along the East Coast. So, once we thank you for that tip. So we were talking on the last live about doing a meetup in Georgia. And yeah, I don't be knowing if I should block these people or not, because they say like even negative comments help you with the algorithm. So, but I just delete that. So anyway, so we talked on the last live about meeting in Georgia because I told y'all I had to be in Georgia anyway. See, Victoria's gonna be happy to hear this. I told y'all I had to be in central Georgia anyway because I wanted to check out that area to see if that's somewhere that I would like to live. And we talked about doing a meetup with Poverty to Paradise, Linnell and me and all of you all. So what I think I'm going to do is start off here in the Tampa Bay area, go up to Georgia, and then go up the coast, like South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, DC, and then cut over. So I want, and then loop back around. But on the way back around, I want to come down through Arkansas. So I'm gonna need all y'all's tips and suggestions on where I should go, what I should do. Travel Plus Life, is it like a AI image of a whole bunch of different women? Divine Purpose. Victoria, it's called Travel Plus Life. No, is it Travel Plus Life or Life Plus Travel? Girl, I don't have my second device in here. Okay, Travel Plus Life. I'm sorry. I think Life Plus Travel is the name I originally wanted, but somebody else had the domain name, so then I switched it. Because like I felt like if the group popped off, I was going to eventually want to buy the domain name. So, yeah. So that's it. Divine Purpose. That's it. And they should have like 107, 8 members in the group. So yeah, so let me know like where along the way, like I said, Georgia, I'm thinking Georgia, South Carolina. I think so. I'm thinking Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, like hugging the coast and then cutting over. I want to go through Kentucky. I went to Kentucky State University, proud HBCU. I want to cut over, stop in Kentucky, and then I want to come back down and come through Arkansas and then come back home. So if y'all have any ideas or suggestions on where I should go, what I should do, who I should see, where we should eat, please let me know because I'm thinking that road trip is going to be in June. So I got to get planning sooner rather than later. So anyway, I think I'm going to always have it mixed up too. So if y'all don't have any questions, I'll let y'all go. I want to go to that restaurant you were telling me about, Victoria. Well, we had already said we were gonna meet up at like Juicy Crab or something. But you were telling me about a restaurant that had New Orleans style food. And so I want to go there. May I say I have a dynamic personality and I just glow? Yes, you may. And thank you so much. Thank you so much. But yeah, I want to go to that restaurant. I'm telling you, y'all really be touching me. I feel like God, okay, honestly, okay, I feel like when I started this YouTube channel, it was just about accountability for me, right? So that I would have a reason to get out of bed. I would have a reason to do something so I could make a video about it. And then once I started getting subscribers and stuff, like Victoria can tell you, when I first started the channel, every video I made, I would send her the link and be like, go watch my video. I don't even send her videos anymore like that, but I used to send her every single video because like I didn't really think nobody was gonna watch the videos. And then once people started watching and subscribing, I was like, wait a minute, this could turn into like income, and I need that additional stream of income because I'm newly divorced. I lost the stream of income. And my whole retirement plan was I was married to a 100% disabled veteran. So I felt like I didn't have to worry about having retirement. I'm an entrepreneur. So I don't like have a 401k through my job. You know what I'm saying? So, but I wasn't really worried about it because I had VA benefits. I don't have those anymore. So I don't have health insurance anymore. Like I don't have anything planned for retirement. So I was like, okay, this YouTube channel could really like be a second source of income. Like maybe everything that comes in, I could just put it to the side for retirement, you know, help pay off debt, you know, whatever. But, and I still am looking forward to that happening. But what has blown me away is like how I love y'all and I look forward to your comments and I look forward to your feedback on my videos. How like I be reading y'all comments just chuckling and laughing. Like I'm a person who if I ever tell you I'm gonna pray for you, I stop and pray right then because I don't want to ever forget. Hold on, your hair is fire. Thank you. Okay, yeah, I need those tips. So, oh, y'all, somebody told me to make sure I'm reading this stuff out loud because they can't see the comments after the live. So, Blissfully Unbothered said, FYI, my year of heartbreak led to 75-pound weight loss and I have been able to maintain so far. I plan to show tips on my channel. Yes, we need those tips. So, hold on here. Oh, so like I just be scrolling, like laughing at y'all's comments, like, oh, this is what I'm saying. Like if I tell you in the comment, I'm praying for you, I stop and pray right then because I don't want to forget to pray for you because that has happened to me in the past and I beat myself up for it. Like I'd be like, oh, who was that I was supposed to pray for? I can't remember who that was I was supposed to be praying for. I hate when that happens. So then I have to pray and say, God, you know who it was that I was supposed to pray for. Please go to their situation, be in their situation. God, please bless them. Please walk them through it. God, please send your Holy Spirit to comfort them. God, please, like, I just lift them up to you in every way. God, show yourself mighty in that situation. I don't even remember who I'm praying for. So I'll stop right then and pray. Like even on Facebook, if I'm scrolling Facebook and somebody say, y'all please pray for my mama, I stop right then and pray for their mama. So I have been amazed with how I feel so connected to y'all already. Like I feel so connected to y'all. I was talking about Lynn to somebody and I was like, my friend Lynn has a channel. I met Lynn one time, one whole time in my life. And I realized I was like, my friend Lynn has a channel. Linnell has a channel. So yeah, that has shocked me. Like it started as accountability for me. It moved on to, okay, maybe I can make an income from this. And now it has become like a true support system where I look forward to what y'all have to say every day. Like if I go half the day and I don't see no new comments, I'd be like, where my people at? Like, what's going on? I want to hear from my people. So I just, I appreciate that. Like, I feel like God, he knows all things. He orders our steps. He knew that I would get more than what I was looking for out of this YouTube channel. So I just appreciate y'all. So, you look forward to, I'm going to post it. I'll post it tonight so I don't forget. Because I really do, I need all the tips. Like, I was thinking that I was going to go all the way, like, out to the West Coast on this trip. But I don't think so. I think we're going to start with baby steps. And we're going to just go make that little loop. Um, Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because Victoria can tell you if she's still on here. Y'all, I used to wouldn't drive like across the bridge. I live in St. Pete. Tampa is on the other side of the bridge. It's like a 25 to 35-minute drive. And I would be like, girl, that's going out of town. I ain't going all the way over there. Like, I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. And so I had asked my ex-husband for years to do this road trip. And he would say we would, but then it would always be a reason why we couldn't do it. And so I'm like, I'm not in a season anymore where I'm waiting for somebody else to be okay with something happening. Like, if I want to go, if I have to go by myself, I'll go by myself and see what happens. So I'm going to need all of y'all's tips. So anyway, if y'all don't have any questions or y'all don't have anything y'all want to talk about. Right. The one time she got me to drive over the bridge was to see her grandbaby, who is my god baby. That's the one time she got me to drive over that bridge. I'm like, child, please, that's too far. Yeah, so, but now, like, I drove to Miami by myself. I drove down to West Palm Beach by myself. Like, I'm doing big girl things, y'all. Doing big girl things. Yeah, Tara, and that's how it is. Like, everything I need is right here. So, but also, everything I need is right here. But some of the things I want are out there. So, yeah, we're going to do this road trip. And we're going to start with, like I said, just going to Georgia. Girl, geography. Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. I think Virginia's next. I want to go to Washington, D.C. because I want to see the African American Smithsonian Museum. Cut across Kentucky. The way I had it mapped, the only state I was missing was Tennessee. Like, Tennessee was in the middle of everything, and I was doing that loop around Tennessee. So, and I'm thinking it's going to be in July. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to drive because I have a truck. Like, my personal vehicle is a pickup truck. It's a Dodge Ram Laramie. It's a gas guzzler. And we got that truck because we were supposed to be getting an RV to pull, like a travel trailer, to pull to do our big road trip. And then we never did the road trip, and now I have this truck. So I'm thinking about selling the truck or trading the truck in and getting something else. I don't know. Maybe 3 weeks. I don't know why I can't just say a month. Maybe 3 weeks. Like, everywhere I stop, I want to spend like the night. Like, I want to have at least one night, possibly 2 nights, but at least spend one night. Because I don't want to be like tired and I don't want to be rushed. I want to like experience the experience. So maybe 3 weeks. I have to map it out. I don't know. That's what I feel like. Why not? Why am I saying 3 weeks instead of just saying a month? My job I can do from the road. My children are all adults. I don't know. So maybe a month. Yeah, I don't know why I was hesitant to say a month. But I know everywhere I want to stop. I was watching this older RV couple because that was my dream for a long time, y'all, was to buy an RV and just travel this country. I was watching this older couple and they live on the road full-time RVing, and they were saying that they don't ever drive any more than 4 hours a day. I think that's what they said. And then when they stop, they never stay less than 4 days. It was another 4. They had a 4-4-4 rule. I can't remember what the other 4 was, but I think it was they never drive more than 4 hours a day. And then when they get to a location, they never stay less than 4 days, because otherwise they were feeling like run down and rushed and like they were missing out on things. And they were like, for safety, they don't want to drive too much because the road like puts you to sleep, and like it kind of hypnotizes you. And so yeah, I'm not saying that that's gonna be my rule, but I want to at least spend the night. Wild time money is something I don't have. Yeah, I don't know. Blissfully, like I'm trying to. That's why I was so excited about Candace's channel, because I realized she's like a financial guru. I didn't know that. I'm trying to figure out how to make sure I get my finances in order. I make a decent income, but y'all know everything is changing. Everything is changing. And so I want to make sure that I am setting myself up to be comfortable. But, and I can't take a month without working, but I can work on the road. Oh, I need to ask ChatGPT. I talk to ChatGPT every day. I talk to ChatGPT every day. Like, even when I was like going through the separation, I would talk to, because I didn't tell anybody. I told y'all that before. I didn't tell my mama. I didn't tell my sisters. I didn't tell anybody. And I think we had been separated. How long have we been separated when I told you, Victoria? A long time. So I would talk to ChatGPT, and she would talk to me like a friend, y'all. Like, she'd be like, girl, it's okay. Like, you're just at a point in your life. That's where I get that pivoting word from. You're just at a point in your life where you're pivoting, and that doesn't mean you failed. Like, that's how ChatGPT would talk to me. Amen, amen, amen. Yeah, it was a long time. Yeah, this was an older couple, Tara. They were an older couple. And they had a Class A RV, which is like the one that looks like a bus. And this was their life. Like, they live full time on the road. And that was like their thing that they do, so that they can not be worn down, because he was like, the road will wear you down. Now I'm just talking about doing a 3 to 4 week trip. They live on the road full time. So anyway, all right, y'all. So if y'all don't have nothing to talk about, I don't want to hold y'all. I always feel like I'm holding you all. I don't know why I feel that way, because y'all could just as easily click off the live, but I don't want to. I always want to make sure that I'm honoring your time. So I don't want to just waste your time, because I'm a talker, and I could sit up here and talk to y'all, like Lionel Richie said, all night long. So if y'all don't have any questions, I'm going to put up the post asking for tips and suggestions. I will ask ChatGPT. However, when me and Bianca went to, oh no. Blissfully, I'm gonna come back to that. When me and Bianca went to Nassau this last time, we've been in Nassau so many times, and my family is Bahamian on my dad's side, so we've been in Nassau so many times. So I was like, I'm gonna let ChatGPT plan our day in Nassau, and that's gonna be the video. Like, I let ChatGPT plan my day in Nassau. That was gonna be the video. Girl, ChatGPT had us going somewhere that was closed down. We made the most of it and had a good time. But they had us going somewhere that was closed down. That's all. I said that like it was something major. But we didn't do the video, because when we got there, the place was closed. So we had to like pivot and just figure out something else to do. So we just went to some little stuff that was around there. And we had a good time. But my girl let me down that time. So I do want to like hear from people who like live in that place. And you say like, girl, the best restaurant here is XYZ. Or when you come here, you need to do XYZ. Girl, and listen, we caught the cab. Like, we felt like we don't need no excursion tour. Like, we Bahamian gals. We out here doing our thing. We know what we're doing. So we caught the taxi, had the taxi drop us off. We went to the door. Girl, the door did not open. I'm like, what? What is this? So we went to the little shop next door, and they were like, oh, they're closed. I'm like, oh. So if you watched that vlog, we did a wine tasting, which was the worst wine tasting I've ever done. It's because we told them what happened, and I was like, so what can we do that's around here? And she was like, well, we do wine tastings. So we went and did the wine tasting. But yeah, that was funny. Okay, so blissfully, I honestly am at a beginner point with my finances also, to be honest with you. I am an entrepreneur. I make a decent income. I made a lot more than my ex-husband. Not the whole time. Like, he supported the family for most of the time that we were married, but I started a business 9 years ago. This month. It'll be 9 years ago this month. And I make a decent income. I make enough money to, girl, watch that video. I don't know the name of the video, but it's a NASA. It's the most recent time I've been in NASA. Anyway, so, but I don't have a retirement. Like I said, I don't have health insurance. And because his only income is being a disabled veteran, I got all the debt from the marriage. So that's why the only way I could cruise is with those casinos. I mean, I could cruise without a casino offer like a normal person once or twice a year. But to be on cruise ships as much as I am, that's why I do like free cruises. That's why I do Margaritaville quite a bit. I'll be back on Margaritaville twice this month because of free cruise offers through them. Because like, I am at a place where I'm realizing, okay, like, your security blanket got snatched from up under you. Because I was like, whatever happens with my business, I always have this VA income. It's not a great income, but it's always there. And I don't have it anymore. So I'm not a person who can give any kind of tips or advice or anything on finances, because I am right now trying to figure all that out myself. I do use a cash envelope system that I switched to maybe a year and a half ago. I'm not good with telling y'all how long ago something happened, because I'll be like the other day and it'll be like 6 months ago, but maybe a year and a half ago. So all of my travel, all of my everything, I'll do a video on my cash envelope system if y'all want me to, but all of my everything, including travel, is budgeted for. So every time I get paid once a month, which is a larger check, and I get paid once a week, which is a smaller income. So every paycheck, I take cash out of the bank and I split it up into my envelopes. Why cash? Because y'all, I had lost my mind with them credit cards. Like, a few years ago, I had no real debt. Like, I had no consumer debt. That's what I call it. I had no consumer debt. But then as my credit improved, I started getting like larger credit card offers, and just lost my mind with them credit cards. And hold on, y'all. Let me answer Tara, then I'm gonna come back to it, because otherwise Tara's question is gonna keep hitting me in the head like this. The kids that I saw on there were having fun. They have a kids club. I don't think the hours are as long as like Carnival's hours, but the kids seem to be having a good time. There is no slide or anything like that on there. But if you're doing like the shorter cruise, the 2-day cruise, you're getting on one day, spending the rest of that day. The next day you're in Freeport or Nassau, so you're off the ship, and then the following day you're getting off the ship that morning. So it's not a lot of time on the ship to begin with. But I plan on trying to take my grandchildren when they have the kids sale free again. They just had it, but I didn't book it. But the next time I see it, I'm going to book it and take my grandkids. All right. So when I get paid, I pull everything out, the cash out, and I divide it amongst my envelopes. So I have an envelope for travel. I have an envelope for gas. I have an envelope for the Dollar Tree. Has its own envelope because I'd be losing my mind in the Dollar Tree for some reason. I have an envelope for each one of my grandchildren and my goddaughter. I have an envelope for my grand dogs because my daughters have dogs, and just everything in my life, groceries, clothes, car repairs. I have one for car replacement. That's okay. So and the question I just answered was, how do I think kids would do on Margaritaville at sea? I'm trying to remember to read the questions because somebody who watched the replay the other day said the comments don't show up in the replay, so they have no idea what I'm answering. So and I add to it. Like, for example, my granddogs are not my responsibility. Those are my daughter's dogs. However, my daughters are young adults. They don't make a lot of money. And if an emergency comes up with the animal, I don't want the animal to suffer because my daughter can't afford to take her dog to the vet. So I just may put like $5 in there twice a month. Like nothing major. Just something where if their animal needs to go to the vet, I can chip in and say I have this. With my god baby, I may put in there $5 once a week, or whatever it is, so that Christmas and her birthday, or if her mom calls and says I need help with daycare or something like that, I can do it. So like that. With my travel, I may put $500 in there in the envelope this week. I may put $800 next week. I may put $200 next week. It just depends on what that paycheck is and what I have left over after my bills. So that's all divided up. And okay, we're gonna let Bada Bing just keep asking questions, because unless they get inappropriate, because YouTube says that helps me. Well, somebody said that helps. So like the other week when we were in New Orleans, one of my daughter's dogs got sick and the vet bill was $1,300. My baby's only 21 years old. She don't have $1,300, but I had money in that grand dog's envelope. I was able to tell her where it was and to go get the money. So somebody asked me on one of my videos, I asked like, comment on this video, $1 if you think we did good with the budget, 2 if we did okay, 3 if you think we spent too much. And somebody said, well, wait a minute, the question is, did you go over your budget? I don't budget for each trip, but I have a travel budget. So right now what's going on in my life is my travel budget is a little thin. So that's why I'll be on Margaritaville this month, because my travel budget is a little thin. So and then once it gets replenished, then we will go back to doing whatever we want to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm doing it right now, just to get control. I know I just didn't want to do it, but I do it. Linnell taught me how to do that. And the dog is better. She ate 2 dark chocolate protein bars. And dark chocolate is extremely toxic to dogs. And so she was like falling over. Her eyes were rolling back in her head. And she's an older dog. So now here's the thing. If I didn't have that system, would I have still been able to help her with her dog? Yes. But because I have that system, I was able to help her with her dog and it not have to come out of somewhere else. Didn't have to go on a credit card. I didn't have to say, oh, well, we're in New Orleans, but we can't do XYZ because I have to help you know, her with the dog. Yeah, I don't know what people do. I don't know why people do that. I watched this girl on YouTube, y'all, and she's a mom of four. Four. And she's a younger mom. And she has said out of her own mouth that growing up, she had developmental disability. She was in the slow learner class. You can kind of tell it, okay? Um, but she's a good mom. Like, she's always doing like clean with me videos. Her babies, like, you can tell those babies are loved because they are always like hugging on her, and like she doing the best she can. She's trying to start a t-shirt business. She got her YouTube channel monetized, and all her kids have ADHD. And so that's another obstacle that they deal with. And I watch her, I let her videos just play because I just be trying to support. And like when she started the t-shirt business, I was like, I'm gonna buy a t-shirt. Like, I don't even want the t-shirt. I think she even only went up to a 2X and I wear a 4X. So like I can't even fit the t-shirt, but I'm gonna buy one just to support. And people are on her videos like calling her slow, like making jokes, like trying to confuse her. And I'm like, why would you do that? Like, why would you do that to her? Like, as an adult, as a grown adult, this lady has said she has learning issues. She said she didn't read well growing up. So why would you then come on here and like try to make her feel bad? And like she'll read the comments when she's live and she'll be like, I'm not slow, you slow. And I'm like, why would you do that? Like, as a grown person, why would you do that? So I don't know what people get out of it. Blissfully said hurt people, hurt other people. I think that that's true. I think that that's true. Tam, Linnell told me I can hit hide user from channel or something like that. And then they can't even see my channel anymore. So Lady Thornton said, what would you say to someone who has thought about starting a YouTube channel but is afraid to be vulnerable? Do I know this someone? I would say start the channel, and you don't have to start at vulnerability. Like, start just sharing something that you know that you think other people would benefit from what you know. And then you may grow to where you feel like you're in a safe space and you share what you want to share. You don't have to share everything, but just start with the place of like, what can I bring to people? How can I bless people? If you're talking about you, friend, you are so creative. You are an excellent chef. You are, I was going to say so creative again, but in two different ways. Like crafty, creative, but you're also like, I can pull together an event creative. If you're talking about you. You have a wealth of knowledge when it comes to homeschooling. Like, bring to your channel your offering to the world, whatever that is. And this is what I told my niece, because my niece wants to start a YouTube channel. I was, okay, I'm going to answer that question. Mia asked, I need to hear about casino deals and how much I need to blow each cruise. I'm going to answer that question as soon as I finish saying this. My niece wants to start a YouTube channel, and she was talking to me about it. And I was telling her, this is what I told myself. Before you decide whether you're good or bad at YouTube, promise yourself you'll make 100 videos. Before you decide whether YouTube is for you or not for you, whether people like your personality and vibe with you or whether they don't, whether you got camera skills or whether you don't, make 100 YouTube videos first and then decide, oh no, this isn't for me, or yes, it is for me. Now, what's funny is when I met Linnell, she and I were talking, and this was after that, right? After I had that conversation with my niece. I had that conversation with my niece driving to Miami like a couple months ago. I was talking to Linnell when I was in New Orleans. And she was saying that some YouTuber that she watches that like teaches you how to be a YouTuber was saying that once you make 100 long form videos, by the time you make 100 videos, I think the number was 100, the average YouTuber will be eligible for monetization once you get that 100 videos. So I was like, okay, that goes hand in hand with what I was telling my niece. I think I got like 60 something long form videos. I think I counted, but I can't remember what I counted. But here's the thing. Over the course of doing those 100 videos, you're going to get better. You're going to get more comfortable in front of the camera. You're going to figure out what you like and what you don't like. If you watch my Virgin Voyages cruise, which was my first truly solo cruise, because my first solo-ish cruise, Victoria was on the cruise ship, but we weren't hanging out all the time. Like, we had a conversation that we were each on solo cruises. But Virgin Voyages was my first truly solo cruise. If you watch that video back, I didn't hardly film outside of my room. I did a little bit, but not a lot. Like, I met this guy, we had a great conversation. I didn't film any of it because I was nervous. Like, how do you pull out a camera while you're talking to somebody? Like, if I did that now, I would put a camera out. I would say, do you mind if I record? You don't have to be on camera. And I would just have the camera facing me if they were okay with it. For at least, 30 seconds, just so you could catch the vibe of what I did that morning. But I was not even comfortable really filming in public on that Virgin Voyages cruise. Now I'm so comfortable filming in public, but there are other things that I am uncomfortable about. So over the course of doing those 100 videos, you're going to get better. You're going to become more comfortable. And if what Linnell was telling me is accurate, you will find your tribe or your tribe will find you by that 100th video. But do not make a decision on whether YouTube is for you or not until you've done 100 long form videos. Casino offers. Mia, I have only gotten straight casino offers through Carnival, and they don't give you a number. They don't give you a number. I can tell you it's not all or nothing. Okay, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, y'all. We're pushing up on 1,000 subscribers. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and please like the video if you haven't already. How I started getting casino offers was on that cruise where he texted us, and because he texted the text I told y'all about earlier, the text went out to the whole family, not just me, that he was up to his shenanigans. It was on that cruise, and on that cruise, I took money to gamble to try to get casino offers, because I'm not just a gambler, y'all. I like my money too much to just be throwing it away. I don't gamble just to gamble. I don't gamble just to win money. I'm gonna say it like that. If I go to the casino, it's to keep my casino offers going. All right. So on that cruise, I won big. Like, I hit a major every day or almost every day that I was in the casino. I left that cruise up, so I really can't say. But this is what I can say, how many points I had. On that cruise, I got either 2,400 points or 2,900 points. Because it took 2,000 points to get free drinks while you're in the casino. So I got the free drinks. And then it was either 2,400 points or 2,900, because I remember my daughter saying, Mommy, you should have got one more 100 points, because maybe that 2,500 is another threshold. Maybe the 3,000 would have been another threshold. So I was 100 points below the next threshold. And that was enough points for me. It just depends, Mia, because no, I took a couple thousand. I either took 1,200 or 2,000. But I ended up not even having to gamble at all, because right away I started winning. And it does, okay, so it's points. It's not dollars that you take. So this is how it works. when you play, right? So you put your money in the machine, you put your card in the machine, and you hit the button or spin the wheel. I want to say it's like every $2 and something is a point on Carnival, right? So you spin the wheel and you get you play. So let's say you put 200 in the machine. You play. Let's say you play that down to 180. And once it's at 180, let's say you had 10 points. But let's say at 180, you win $20. So now you back up to 205. You play it back down to 180 again. Now you got 20 points, 30 points, whatever it is. And so let's say at 180, you hit again. And let's say this time you won $50. So now you're up to 230. You play it down to 200 and you're going to get those points for the $30 that you spent. So it's not all starting from your money. It's every time you hit the button, you're working towards your points. So you may not have to actually come out of pocket for anything because you may win, which is what happened to me on my first cruise. Not my first cruise, my first time playing in the casino. So you may not have to come out of your pocket for anything because you're winning. And so you're getting points. So let's say you hit like, $500. You could take your $200 back out and just play on their $500 up and down, getting points, going up and down, and leave with all the money you brought with you. On my last Carnival, no, that's not right. On my Carnival Glory cruise, I took $500. No, I took $400. I took $100 a day, and it was a 4-day cruise. I took $400, and I ended up winning on that cruise, and I left with my same $400, but I had enough points to get a casino offer because of all the other money. So like if you win $8 and you play back that $8, you're getting points for that $8. And then, do y'all understand what I'm trying to say? I never know how to explain this. Every time you hit the thing, it's a points, whether it was your original money or money that you won. And I've never seen, I'm not an experienced gambler. I just started this in October. I've never seen it go straight down. It's always a up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now, it be creeping down like that, unless you're winning. It's creeping down. What's up, Leah? Oh, okay, I'm still live, but thank you, baby. But I've never seen it go straight down where I put in $200 and lose all $200 without winning anything. On that $200, it's going to go up to 202, down to 198, up to 212, down to 206, up to 224, down to 150. Like, it just goes up, down, and you get points the whole up, down. So on Glory, I took $100 to gamble with a day. But it was a free cruise for me. So even taking that $400, it was still like a free cruise. You know what I'm saying? But I got enough points on that for more casino offers and still left with my money. Like as soon as I get up, like if I take $400 and let's say as soon as I get up to like 600, 800, I take my money back. And yeah, I told y'all I have a cash system. So I only gamble with cash. If I took $400 for the casino, that's it. That's all. It's a wrap. Like I do not charge it to my room and I do not put it on a credit card. I take my cash that I have budgeted for the casino. I put my card in the machine, slip all the cash that I have budgeted for the casino in the machine, and then that's it for the cruise. Yeah, they do have non-smoking casinos, but on the ships, they have non-smoking areas, but it's still smoky. You still smell smoke. Sometimes I wear a mask in the casino. Like if it's real smoky, like the mask that we wore during C19, I'll put a mask on. Sometimes I don't, if it's not too bad. But if it's real bad, like Venezia, Carnival Venezia was real bad to me, I wore a mask. So, anyway. All right, y'all. Any more questions? So blissfully, I'm trying to work out this finance thing too. I was just telling my girls that I think we're gonna have to move to a tighter budget. And I was telling them the two that live with me are grown. I was telling them they may have to start taking over a bill because they don't pay nothing to live here. Because my parents never charged us to live in their house. So now my grandmother did. But my parents never charged us to live in their house. So they don't pay anything. But I'll tell them they might have to start like taking over like the cable bill or something like that, because I really, really, really want to work on clearing up debt and establishing a really nice savings. So they so rotten. They're good girls though. They're such good girls, but they like when they were little, we were broke. I was a homeschool mom. Their dad's a disabled veteran. We lived off of his VA disability, and so we had to say no to a lot of things. So when I started the business and it just took off, I was able to say yes to everything. And now I wish I wouldn't have. I wish I would have said no to some stuff. Right, because they are still on our phone bill too. You see how I said are? Because me and him still on the same phone bill. Um, about a phone bill, huh? Yeah, so they don't pay anything, but we didn't. I didn't. My parents never made us pay anything either. But Bianca is about to be 25, and Maya's grown too. So I feel like maybe if they just take over something small, and then what I would have paid for that, I'll put directly into savings. Or what I do for them also is for all of my kids, every year I set up a CD for them, and I just put from one of my bank accounts whatever's left. Like after I pay the bills that come out of that account, like I transfer money into that account every month. And no, actually twice a month. I transfer everything. I transfer money into that account twice a month. I pay the bills that come out of that account. And then like whatever's left, like let's say after I paid the bills, it's $74 left. So I'll take like, it's no set rule. I just kind of do it how I feel like doing it every time I do it, which is like twice a month. Like I'll put like $2 in each one of my grand boy savings accounts, and then I'll divide the rest by 4 and put that money into each of my girls' CDs. And then for their birthdays, we give them, y'all see how I just said we again? For their birthdays, I give them that money that was in their CD. So, and then we started over again. And it's whatever it comes to. So it's always going to be a different amount, because maybe this time I'm putting $12 into each one of their CDs. And maybe next time I'm putting $6 into each one of their CDs. Maybe next time I'm putting $24. Like it just depends on what is left. And then like sometimes I might put $2 in each one of my grand boys savings accounts. Sometimes I might put $5. It just kind of depends on what I feel like. Yeah. I think so. I think the transition needs to start to happen, and I need to get serious about saving for my retirement. I'm 50. Youngest is putting himself through school, so he only pays his cell phone bill. Well, I think I would do the same thing if one of mine was putting themselves through school. My son has it good. I bought him a car, paid it off in less than 2 years. Now that he is 18 and working part-time, I have him pay me $75 per week, cell phone, car insurance, and rent. He does have it good. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. So, yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe as we go along, we'll talk about this finance thing more as I'm learning more about it. ChatGPT told me to get an IRA. So, actually, my accountant told me to get an IRA a couple years ago. So I did. But ChatGPT told me to max out my IRA as a first step. And so I'm going to max out my IRA. And then what? I don't know. I got to figure this thing out. because I've gotten one, but not max it out. But ChatGPT was telling me to max it out, and then I just gotta go as I keep moving. I have savings, and I have my savings in a high yield savings account, but I need to know what to do beyond that. Yeah. So anyway, well, thank y'all for hanging out with me. Y'all, we've been on here for an hour and 30 minutes talking about what? I was like, what am I going to talk about when I go on here? Because I did not have anything planned to talk about. Thank you so much, Candace. Like, I had always told them, like, don't move out. Like, stay home until you are buying a place so that you are not ever paying anybody rent. And then somebody pointed out to me that it's not everybody's dream to own a home. Like, some people, their life plan makes better sense for them to rent. I don't really fully grasp that in my head. But I do see that there are a lot of people who choose to rent versus buy. Investment, passive income, and simplifying life. Yep. I used to have this theory, like, because I heard TD Jake say it a long time ago, y'all, and I just stuck to it. He was like, don't pray that you don't ever have to complain about the price of a loaf of bread. Just how did he say? Oh, pray that, how did he say it? Because I don't want to misquote the man. Don't pray that the price of a loaf of bread decrease. Pray that your pay increase. So that was just kind of how I always thought of it. Like, I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna make more money. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna work harder. I'm just gonna make more money. But now, like, I just don't want to be hustle, hustle, hustle. Like, I want to work and be productive and contribute to society. But I want to minimize my bills as much as I possibly can to be able to live a simpler life that allows me to do the travel I want to do, support my girls, with what they have going on in life, and not feel like I have to work hard to pay the bills. So, Candace, I love you. Yeah, so I agree with you 100%. I used to call myself a maximalist because I just liked a whole bunch of stuff. Do y'all remember Wendy Williams? Did y'all watch Wendy Williams? Yes. Blissly, that's it. Wendy Williams' office was like, I loved her office. There was stuff like everywhere, like all kinds of decorations, like bling and animal print and hot pink. And I loved that. Like, that was like my dream. And I used to collect Disney stuff, and like I have probably 80 pairs of mini ears, and I can't even tell you how many. Now, I only have a few. I have a Chanel wallet that was a gift, a Louis Vuitton tote that was a gift, a Louis Vuitton wallet that was a gift, and a Gucci wallet that was a gift. Because I ain't paying that kind of money. I don't care how much money I have. But I had so many Coach purses and the Disney Dooney, and stuff. I am so beyond that. Like, I'm just so beyond that. Like, I just really want to be a minimalist and enjoy experiences. I've always been an experienced girl, but I have also enjoyed the stuff too. I just my experiences, time with my family, and being able to just rest and relax and know that Dave Ramsey said the best night of sleep you can have is in a house that's completely paid for. Like, that's what I want. That's what I want. Yeah, I love Wendy Williams. So, all right, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. As you know, or maybe you don't, I'm doing every day in May. So I'll either be doing a live video, which lives are going to happen on Sundays and Wednesdays. Those are our 2 regular live days, Sunday evening, Wednesday midday. Every other day, I will be dropping a video every day in May, because we're trying to get those last subscribers and get those watch hours up. my commitment to you is that I'm not just gonna bring y'all trash. Like, I want to bring you all content that is useful. So if there's a video that you want me to make, drop that in the comments. If there's a particular video that you want me to make, and so every day in May, so please be on the lookout for those. Please have your notification bell turned on. And as I always say, if you don't have nothing else to do, you can always binge watch my videos. Let them play while you on the way to work, all that jazz to help me get those watch time hours up, because every single minute counts. And we almost said, like I said, it was over 2,500 and we need 4,000. Well, it's over 2,500. We need 3,000 for the first step, which is where I can do memberships and all that kind of stuff. Membership, super chats, all that. But for the full monetization, I need 4,000. I've thought about that, Tara. I thought about that because I did that with my oldest. I had her pay $25 a week, and then when she moved out, we gave it all to her. These two little ones, they just out of, they ain't never going nowhere. The two youngest, they're more accustomed to having things than the older two, because the older two had graduated high school before we started the business. So they grew up where we were like, money was tight. These younger two have had the privilege of growing up while, we were financially okay. So that's why these younger two ain't going nowhere. But I have thought about that because like we did that with Aaliyah. So yeah, I do think that's a good idea. So, all right, friends, thank y'all so much. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you go back and watch some videos. If you haven't watched everything, go watch it. It's some good stuff in there, girl. It's some not so, I ain't gonna say it's not good, but it's some beginner stuff in there too. But it's some good stuff in there. There's some hidden gems in there. So go watch that. Help a sister out with the watch time. I appreciate y'all so much. And I will see y'all on the next one. Bye-bye.